Rejection. Rejection is a scary thing. It does not feel good. It sort of shapes the way we show up and the way we communicate and build relationships, especially if we've ever experienced rejection in any form, whether that's dating, maybe in school, or a job opportunity, whatever it is. I'm sure at least a few times you've experienced rejection before. Did it feel good? Probably not. And I'm sure you've heard this saying. If you haven't, then great. But rejection is redirection. And it really is. And it really is redirection. It might not feel like it, right? Because maybe in at that time you really wanted it. You really wanted this opportunity. You really wanted this relationship to work out. You just really wanted it to happen. But it didn't. And how does that shape or how does that affect us moving forward? For example, dating, right? If we've experienced rejection, maybe we don't want to be the one to pursue. Maybe we want to be chased because maybe you were the pursuer before. And every time you pursued, you were rejected. And that doesn't feel good. So now you wait. You wait maybe for someone to reach out, for someone to show interest, because at least it doesn't necessarily at that moment give the opportunity for rejection because they're pursuing you. And then you have the option to reject or pursue. Right? So everything that we experience really shapes how we interact with people in the world and how we show up. If we've gotten rejected at many job interviews or after many job interviews, we probably won't feel great when we try to apply, or we'll have these doubts in our mind. Are we good enough? Am I good enough? And that's what rejection does sometimes, is it creates this cognitive distortion that we're not good enough. So how can we feel like we're not good enough but also believe that it's redirection? You probably might not feel like it's redirection at first, right? You probably might just feel like I wasn't good enough for this position, I wasn't good enough for this role, this person. But at the end of the day, you are good enough. You are. And maybe that position, maybe that role, maybe that person just wasn't good enough for you, or wasn't right for you, or couldn't see what you had to offer as a person, as an individual. Right? Sometimes when we show up to these interviews, to these relationships, they only see a part of us. They don't see us entirely. We are not necessarily given the opportunity to show up who we are entirely, because we only see, for the most part, when we meet someone, right, we either see the physical appearance, or we see whatever is on that resume or that dating profile, or whatever it is that you show, what you decide to show to others. That's all they see. But when you really give someone the opportunity and learn about them, then you have that chance to see who this person is, as a whole, rather than just these parts of that person. So going back to rejection. Rejection is redirection, but what's really important is what you do when you get rejected. Do you offer yourself self-compassion? Do you tell yourself, there's something else out there? There's someone else out there. I'm fine, and I'm doing just fine. I've always been enough, and I will continue to be enough. Rather than give in to this cognitive distortion or this doubt telling you that you weren't good enough just because someone else rejected you. It's difficult, but it's possible. So take a step back, ask yourself, am I good enough? If the answer is anything but yes, you are, then I encourage you to take some time to think about it for a second. Think about what you've done so far. Think about who you are as a person. Think about the relationships you've built. Everything. Because at the end of the day, you are good enough for yourself. It's just really up to you whether or not to embrace that and remind yourself you are good enough. You always have been and you always will be.